Alright guys, so today we stopped by Gangnam House. Really wanted to try and show you guys what Galbi and 한정살 is. Now, Galbi is same as Galbi, I guess, the LA Galbi that you guys know. But Galbi is very thick and it's very big. 한정살 is pork jowl, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't try it at a Korean barbecue that you guys visit, but it's something that you guys are missing out on because it's very chewy and doesn't really have a lot of like the pork smell, so it's something that you guys should definitely give it a try. And shortly I'll show you guys what it is, so you would definitely be drooling while I am enjoying the taste. Let's get cooking. Now, what we're doing right now is we are rubbing all the fat on the grill so that the meat doesn't stick. Usually I'll say start with the beef, however our Galbi is marinated. That's why I'm gonna start with the pork so that the marinated beef doesn't get, onto the pork. Man, just watching it grill, look at that. And I think this is the meat that Dave Beckham actually tried out when he was in London. So if Dave Beckham approved it, you guys would love it too. Some people like to wait until everything's cooked and then cut it. But for me, I am a little impatient. So I like to cut it when it's like almost ready so that it gets, cooked faster. So I can eat it faster. And with pork meat, you guys know that you guys have to cook it all the way, right? The center of the pork jowl, you will see that it is a slight pink. So make sure it's cooked all the way before you, gobble them up. When I do the barbecue, like any kind of like Korean barbecue, they always give you the onion on the side to cook, which I love. Now, some people eat it, some people don't. But I usually kind of like to use it as like a plate for my grill. So I will put all my like cooked meat on top of it, or if not, like even like the mushroom that I just put it on top. There's also this plate called the samjang, the jalapeno, and the garlic. Now, what people do is usually dip the jalapeno in the samjang and eat it together with the meat, or the garlic with the samjang and eat it. Now, samjang is like a bean paste with other marinated sauce mixed in, so it's not like a really strong flavor of just bean paste. It perfectly combines well with the meat that you're eating, so it would taste amazing. And they also have two side dishes, or like a dipping sauce, I guess. It will be this, the chili sauce right here, and also the sesame oil with salt and pepper. Now, salt and pepper on any kind of meat is amazing. It brings out the flavor of the meat. So that's the reason why they have it. And why is it with the sesame oil? I guess that's just because Asian people love sesame oil. And then they also give you this dish called duck, which is rice cake. Now, you might think it's kind of weird that you're getting a rice cake while in a barbecue house, but the thing is, this rice cake is like your lettuce wrap for your barbecue. I'll grab one of these rice cakes, and I'll also grab one meat that's ready. This, look at that, it's still sizzling. And dip it with the chili sauce. And you could be fancy and put like garlic and all that, but the first bite, I just want to keep it simple, Keep it real simple, just this. That's it. Duck, pork jowl, and chili sauce. Now that is Korean barbecue. The thing about Korean barbecue is you could adjust your fire, so make sure you adjust your fire accordingly so that you don't burn all your meat. And there's also another wrap. It's not only the rice cake if they have the option for them. If you're not a fan of rice cake, they got this. Now what is this? It's radish, but it's flavored radish. So what I like to do with the radish is different from when I use the rice cake. With the pork, I'll dip it in the samjang, and then I'll also grab one garlic, one jalapeno. Why for this one would I put jalapeno and garlic? It's because this radish wrap is a little bit on the sweeter side. So I want to make it a little bit more bitter with, you know, spiciness kick to it, so that's why. Now, here is the ultimate sam. You get one radish, you get one layer of the rice cake, one meat with the chili sauce, and dip it kinda on the sesame oil, a slice of garlic, a slice of jalapeno, a little bit of this, and then last but not least, kimchi. This is the ultimate sam. Look at that. And now for the next dish, it's gonna be the Galbi. It's a marinated Galbi. Now, Galbi actually stands for very thick galbi. So it's like the same meat as the LA Galbi, but because it's thick, texture and the juiciness is so much better. I believe it has more meaty taste, like it's so. Now here's an ironclad rule that you guys have to remember is whenever you guys are switching from a pork meat to a beef, you have to change the plates. A beginner mistake that not a lot of people know, but they still do make a mistake. Sometimes the waitress or waiter will let you know and they'll swap out for you, but if you don't mention it, they might not. So you might not 100% enjoy what you're eating that day. Up for the beef, especially when it's a marinated beef, lower the fire temperature down. So what I usually at a Korean barbecue place, there'll be a level 1, 2, and 3. And I'll start it at 2 to make it all hot, and I'll lower it down to 1 and then put it on top. They also give you like this. It's just the bone, but don't throw it away. Put it on the plate because you're going to want to eat it. You guys saw it was a big piece of meat, but you guys know it's beef. You know what that means? When it starts cooking, it gets smaller. So it's actually not a big portion. Ooh, not yet. Ooh, it's getting there. Now I am impatient, like I said, so cut. Ooh, perfect. Now I like my meat like just cooked. I don't like it when it's like all like dark brown and whatnot. Ooh, look at that. The meats are dancing. Sometimes when you're cooking, I like to rotate the meat, just like what I did just now. It's because sometimes one side of the fire is stronger than the other and I want it more evenly cut. I am so impatient that I'm like cutting it into smaller pieces and then cooking it so I can eat it faster. Now boom, look at that. And I also like to use the meat, the bone of this, as the plate. So it will nicely keep your meat warm while you're enjoying your meat. Now that is how you cook a Korean barbecue. First one, this is as is. That is some amazing galbi. Wow. Yeah, I can't explain it. Yeah, I gotta. One thing I love about Gangnam is that other places, they would put a lot of sugar and put a lot of flavoring into the meat. The meat itself is not a very good quality meat. Here at Gangnam House, they only use prime. This prime meat with marinated, perfect, just simply perfect. You don't really need a lot of things here and there, but for me, I still like things spicy, so the rice cake and the chili sauce like this, wrap it, and enjoy it. At a Korean restaurant, they give you the side dish, also known as banchan, so you can eat together with your meat. This is cabbage kimchi. This is bean sprout. Rice cake. Next up, we have the radish. The Korean pickle. This is also another form of kimchi. Now, I told you in the beginning that you have to cook your bones. Now, why would you cook your bone? It's because of this. First, cut the meat on the side. I just like to eat that meat by itself. This is so good. You want to put the scissor in between, like that. Saw that coming off? And then you're gonna use the scissor as like a handle, like a leverage, and put your tongue inside, in between, right here like this. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna twist the meat with your scissors. Rotate and peel. And if you want, you can even cut it at the last part. Also the other side. And then you're gonna rotate like this, inwards, just like that. Rotate and rotate again. See that? Boom. This is the experience that I got from eating Korean barbecue for the last, I don't know how many years, but yeah, a long time. Now for this, I'm gonna put the fire back on just so I can cook it just a little bit more. Because of the bone, the inside, look at that, it's not really cooked. See that? So you gotta be careful, guys, when you guys eat this. Last but not least, like I said, these guys, they are my favorite. They're kind of on the chewier side. I think when the meat are closer to the bone, it just tastes better. And guys, that is how you enjoy the Korean barbecue. Now, I taught you guys a couple skills here on how to cook and how to eat it. So guys, next time you visit a Korean barbecue, don't embarrass yourself. Do it the right way. See you guys next time. But make sure you don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. So next time I give you another tip on how to enjoy on whatever food that we do next. Alright guys, see ya. Woo, man.